That's a good ball for Peter Weir. Now Aberdeen with McGee making the break and Hewitt waiting in the middle. Hewitt!
Countdown to Kickoff is brought to you and supported by Saltire Energy, who would like to wish you all a very happy Christmas and a happy new year. As does everybody at Craig International. With 10 offices strategically placed around the world, they want to wish all of their clients and all of their staff a very Merry Christmas. As do Steadfast Scotland, who have passed on their very best wishes for the festive period to all ABTV viewers here and beyond. We're back at Pittodrie this afternoon. We welcome Hibs for the next game. Kick-off is at 3 o'clock, looking to get back to winning ways. Let's put it into context for you. So, after last night's draw between Motherwell and Kilmarnock, there's not much change in the table. We remain second. We're a few points now behind Celtic. Rangers have closed the gap with a game in hand. So today's game is absolutely vital for many reasons. We need to get over this little blip that we're going through at the moment, and we do really need to start getting back to winning ways. Hi everybody, how are you doing? A very warm welcome and good morning to everyone who's tuning in to Ali Beg AB TV this Saturday morning. Sorry about last night. We had some real technical issues going on during the show, so I deleted it from the channel, hence why we've come back this morning to basically give it another go. So this is Countdown to Kickoff. This is the preview show ahead of our big game against Hibs at Pittodrie a little bit later, and I really hope you can get involved with the show today. Tell me what you're thinking, tell me how you're feeling, and tell me what your plans are for Christmas. Right, just before we do anything, just had a message from a lady called Jeanette Taylor, who is going to the game today with her young son Aidan, and she's going to be part of the AFC Community Trust can collecting team. So if possible, if you have any spare change, if you're going to the game today, please look out for the guys, and if you could donate to the Community Trust buckets, that would be absolutely fantastic. And Jeanette has also asked me to thank everybody who has kindly donated throughout this year to the AFC Community Trust. So guys, thank you so much for all of that. We've got quite a bit coming up on the show today. I'm going to try and predict the team news. And I've kind of played around with the team a little bit today. And I have to admit, after I looked at my team last night, I wondered if I've got it anywhere near what the team that Yimi will actually put out today. So we've got that coming up a little bit later. And we've got a really busy festive period coming up. The games are coming thick and fast, which means that ABTV is going to be thick and fast. Lots and lots of shows coming up over the festive period, and we're going to chuck in a couple of sort of festive watch-along shows as well. So, first of all, I don't know if you saw this via the football club. So these pictures have come courtesy of AFC Media. It's basically the football club looking back on what's happened at Pittodrie this year. 25 games played, won 17, drawn 6. We've only lost 2 in the calendar year. An unbeaten run of 17 matches at Pittodrie, the best home run since 1955. Attendance in 2024, over 380,000, including 4 consecutive home sellouts. 39 points won together in the league, 7 straight home league wins to begin the campaign. And 52 goals in all competitions, averaging 2 goals per game. Today's game is also looking like a sellout. As of late last night, there was only a handful of tickets left. Right, I'm going to predict the team news. So Ross will stay in goal because obviously Dimitar remains sidelined. So this is what I've gone with the back 4. Nicky, Angus, Gavin, and I'm sticking with James McGarry. Now I know that Jack McKenzie is fit and he's trained, but I think he'll stick with James and just slowly introduce Jack back in. Nielsen and Shinnie in the middle. There is an argument, of course, for Palaversa to start today. But I've gone with Toppy, Leighton and Jamie. And up top today, I've gone with Kevin Nisbet. I'm hoping that the last 10 days has offered him an opportunity to really start getting some sharpness back, because I believe that is what is really missing in his game. Sharpness. This is what the manager said ahead of the game. Quite interesting quotes here. There's a lot of demands on ourselves and what we want to achieve. Sometimes we get small setbacks, but you have to go again and try to build on this. You can't build a culture or identity quickly, especially when you don't always get the results. You have to keep the belief and try again. He went on to say, tomorrow, as in today, after these 2 weeks of training, I'm really looking forward to the game and how we imagine the game going. I think we're going to be strong, attacking team again, and that is what we're searching for. So again, very interesting quotes coming out of the press conference yesterday from the manager. Obviously, the sad news about Vinny Bazzow and Jack Milne, who are going to be out for... Vinny's going to be out for 16 weeks. Jack's going to be out for 12 weeks, which is a huge blow to the squad. But what I also think that means is that in January, I think there's going to be quite a bit of movement. And I think there has to be a bit of movement come January. You know, the manager has come out and publicly spoken about the type of player that he wants to target. We now have a new head of recruitment as well, who has worked with Yimmy to produce come January. Because I do think at the moment, with the little sort of, we can call it a mini blip, call it what you like. And I've got the match stats for you, which will show you the form that we're in at the moment. So today, I do think it's really important that, first and foremost, with the last home game of the season, we send the fans home happy before Christmas. But I think today we need to just up our game. I think we've been a little bit guilty of almost being lackadaisical in our approach. And we've not started games well. And we keep banging this same drum, particularly on these preview shows, where we've said time and time again, it's important that we produce a 90-minute game, not a 20 minutes here or a 25 minutes there or a 45 minutes here and a 45 minutes there. We need to start producing over a 90-minute period. Do that, and I think we're going to get back on track like how we started the season. Players need to up their games. There's a couple of players, I think, that just need to just be a little bit more conscious of their performances. Toppy, Jamie, Leighton, Nielsen. These are the type of players. That's why I've left Ruby out today, because I don't think Ruby's been at his best in recent games. I think he's too quick to just... I know we all talk about clearing our lines, get rid of the ball, play safe. I understand that, but I just felt on occasions he's been far too quick to put the ball into the stands when maybe there's a pass on. So it's a little bit of a double-edged sword when it comes to Ruby, but I just think he's not quite got that form going at the moment. So I do think, from an individual point, they do need to start raising their game, and I hope we can do it from today. No individual mistakes, no resting on our laurels, like what happened against Hibs the last time out. Fully concentrated for 90 minutes. Don't give them an inch today, not an inch. So it's vital today, I think. Let me get all the other bits and pieces in for you before I start introducing you to the programme, because there's a few things that I do want to get in. And the match stats, actually, when I was looking at the match stats yesterday, I was like, okay, that's actually quite interesting. Right. Need to get that in as well. Okay, where are we? 1 second. Okay, there's that. And there's one last item that I want to go in, because there's a special event coming up next year at Ardo House, which I want to tell you a little bit more about later, with Alex McLeish and Willie Miller, but I'll get to that a little bit later. Right, match stats. Let's get on with that first. So, Aberdeen have only won one of their last 7 league meetings with Hibs, drawing 3, losing 3 since a 4-0 away win last May. So after winning 10 of our first 11 league games, the Dons are now winless in 5, which is actually the longest ongoing run without a win by any side in the Scottish Premiership. Aberdeen's last victory against Hibs at Pittodrie came back in November 2022, with the Dons securing a 4-1 victory. Bojan Majowski with a brace, Leighton Clarkson with a cheeky back heel, and Hilber Ramadani with the goal scorers that day. The man in the middle today is Steve McLean, and the man tasked to look after our VAR is Don Robertson. If you are going to Pittodrie today, don't forget, pick up your copy of Red Match Day, Jamie McGrath on the front. Lots of really good features in the programme this week. Edited, of course, by the brilliant Malcolm Panton and designed by the magnificent Dolly Digital. Right, let's get you on and see what's going on. Oh, lots of you on this morning. Excellent. Hope you're all enjoying your breakfast. Cammy Fraser was on. Good morning, Ali. Just off to the golf course. Oh, I've not played golf in ages. Then straight down to Pittodrie. Happy Saturday. He puts in commas, hopefully. Cammy Fraser says, it's a bit blowy again. That'll be 3 home games in a row. We will have to fight the elements. RP View Gaming has said, good morning. I think we should play Duke centre forward against Hibs. I don't think their defence could handle his strength and his pace. Cammy came back to say that the Hibs defence is rank. I'd definitely be playing a front 3 against their back 3 today. Interesting. Colin Gale said, good morning everybody. When players are experiencing the stress and worry of serious injury, it must help when your manager is a caring individual like Yimi Talene. He came back to say, is there a case for 4 permanent signings in January? Right back, left back, centre back, and a centre forward, as Nisbet might depart. A loan of a wide player might also be required. Gavin Wilson said, hope all the lads are feeling refreshed. Hibs have flaws, but a point to prove. Hope we get at them from the start. Richard Mickey McMillan is here. How are we doing? He says, good morning, Ali, and all my Aberdeen friends. Wet and windy in Lanarkshire. Come on, you Reds. Chilling is wishing everybody a good morning. John McDonald says, good day, Ali. Time to get back to that winning feeling. Barry Cool is on wishing everybody a good morning, as is Ian Bruce. Finally managing to catch this live. Delighted you're on, Ian. Hope you're enjoying the show. Barry Cooler said Scottish referees are shocking. So I wonder if that's in reference, Barry, to the sending off last night. So I didn't watch the game. I caught the highlights this morning and I've seen the sending off. And I'm actually kind of lost for words. Oh boy. Does that not happen every Saturday morning and every Sunday morning on football fields up and down the length and breadth of the country, and you just crack on with it? You just get on with it. Really? Oh, we are so in danger of making our game a non-contact sport. Ian Bruce says, I think the team will bounce back today, hoping to see a 4-0 win. Andy Wright has said it's meant to be windy today. Pittodrie will be freezing. When is Pittodrie never freezing? Neil McDonald said, good Merry Christmas, Dandies. I've been struggling the past few days with a chesty cold, but hope the Dons deliver a tonic, and I hope you feel better, Neil, very soon. Sheep on Fire says, good morning, Dandies. Any word when Pape and Mitov will be back? So Pape is expected to be back the middle of next month. Mitov is still going to be a wee while. Simon Roy says, good morning, Ali and fellow Dandies. Wishing you all a very Merry Christmas and hopefully 3 points, a perfect present. Yes, Simon, I'll get to that in just a moment. Sorry, Barry, you're right. Pape was mid-January, not mid-February. Sorry, I'm already thinking we're in January. Barry Cole says Mitov will be the same. Ross has done well. Interesting where Ross has come out and spoken about his contract situation. And I think if he carries on the way he's doing, I think there's absolutely no danger that he'll be offered a new deal. And if anything, he fully deserves it as well. Andy Wright says, let's get started early today. Our first halves have been awful recently. Andy Wright came back to say a proper press would be nice too. We've let that slip a little bit, to be honest, like pressing forward. I agree, Andy. Ian has said, we haven't been sustainable enough to have a full 90-minute performance. I'm thinking we need to get better endurance to keep up the tempo required. Alexander Wallace is here. He said, hi, Dandies. Wild day out there. Hope the wind doesn't spoil a good game. West Coast Dawn has said it's a miserable day in Glasgow. Right. So, as I mentioned earlier, we've got a really busy festive period coming up. Games are coming thick and fast, which means the shows are coming thick and fast. So on Sunday, we'll be back for the full-time review show after this game. I'm then coming back on Christmas Eve to do Countdown to Kickoff. 1903 on Christmas Eve. Then on Boxing Day, we're going to do a live watch-along show. So we'll be on air 5 minutes before kickoff. Come and watch the game with me live. We'll then be back on Friday for the full-time review show. On Saturday, the 28th, we'll be counting down to kickoff ahead of our game against Dundee United. We'll then come back on the 30th for a full-time review show. And finally, on New Year's Day, we're going to be counting down to kickoff as Aberdeen host Ross County. And then on the Thursday, the 2nd of January, we're going to do another live watch-along show. We're on air 5 minutes before kickoff, and it's your opportunity to come and watch the game together. So the idea behind the watch-along shows is that, so because I live abroad and because I'm a Red TV international subscriber, I get every single Aberdeen game live. So the idea is that because the games, those particular games are not getting broadcast live in the UK, I thought what might be quite a nice idea is that we all sort of watch it together. So I'll watch it here and So I see once again that we've got some buffering issues going on. So I'm sorry about that. I hope it's not spoiling your viewing pleasure too much. I'll keep going, but hopefully there won't be too many issues with it. In the meantime, let me remind you of an evening with Alex McLeish and Willie Miller on Friday, the 28th of March at the Ardo House Hotel. There are less than 50% tickets remaining for this event. And if it was anything to go like the Ian Jess one that we did a couple of years ago, this will be absolutely superb. And the Longest 40 are proud to support the Beats in Cancer charity. Tickets at thelongest40.com or Eventbrite. And I know that the guys at the Longest 40 have negotiated a room rate for you at the Ardo House Hotel. So just go to their website, and if you decide that you want to come and you want to have a night at Ardo House Hotel, there is a special rate for you guys as well. Personally, I absolutely cannot wait to come over and host this event with two of my absolute heroes in Alex McLeish and Willie Miller. And no doubt it will be an absolutely superb night. Right, let's get back to your comments. So many of you talking about how cold it is at the moment. Yeah, so make sure you wrap up today. There is one last thing actually while we're on the show, because we are edging ever closer to 4,100 subscribers. Don't forget, it doesn't cost you anything to subscribe to the channel. All you're doing is following it. So if you don't mind, please remember to do this. There we go. 4,100 is the target, and we're really, really close to doing that. The membership scheme here on the channel is building nicely as well. So the membership scheme is simply a means where you can support me here and help me continue to build the channel. Improve the studio, improve the output, improve the content, keep me on air. And there is a very small monthly fee involved with that. There is a small cost, but it's next to nothing. And all it basically means is that, for example, you get perks for being a member of ABTV. You get to see interviews and videos before anybody else does. I like to come on and have a chat with you over Zoom or something like that so we can chew the fat, talk about the channel. I want you to get involved in the production of the channel, what you want to see more of, what you want to see less of, etc., etc. So that community is building really, really nicely, and your support means so much to me. You're going to see some new subtle changes in the new year as well that we're doing, and I'm sure that you've seen, you know, the new graphic style, the titles, all that kind of stuff that we're doing. Everything that you guys have contributed goes back into the channel. So We're really, really getting there with the membership scheme. Right, guys, so we've done just over 20 minutes. There's not many other comments coming in. So all that's left to say, as we always do on the preview show, is just to say the very best of luck to the lads today. I hope the conditions don't play too much of a part in how we play today. And as we said at the top of the show, I do think it's really important that we start the game well today, that we really stamp our authority on it and really get at Hibs early doors. It's vital that we get a win today. We have to get back on track. We all know it's a long-term project. We all know these things are going to take time. And we all believe in Yimmy. You can see that. Today the game, as we said earlier, is nearly sold out. Everybody is believing what Yimmy is doing. If, for example, we are not quite where we want to be come half-time, please don't boo the lads off at half-time. Get behind them. This is a long-term project, not a short-term project. The boys have come out themselves and said, we respond to the support from the stands. We can feel it when we get the amazing support, but also, in the same token, we can feel it when you're not overly happy. So, if things don't quite go according to plan, please consider, don't boo the lads. We need to get right behind them. Just encourage them all the way through. We've seen with your support in games late on that we have got them across the line because of the atmosphere generated and believing in them. That's what we need to do. And that's what we need to do today. Get absolutely fully 100% behind them. Right, there's a few more comments coming in, so let's just stay with it. Jude says, in regards to the longest 40 event, the Ian Jess one was absolutely superb. What an after party in the hotel. Gutted I can't make this one. Sheep on Fire has said, and it's a very good point, if Duke plays, he needs to stay on his feet today. Alexander's off to the golf course. Have a great time, Alexander. Play well. Kevin Spencer said, hi Ali, buzzing for today, especially with my new prosthetic leg with the Don's home strip and badge on it. So I don't know if you saw this, but Kevin is an amputee. And his new prosthetic leg has been designed very much in the style of Aberdeen Football Club. It was on my, he posted it on my Facebook page, and it's a thing of beauty. It's absolutely superb. So Kevin, I love your style, mate. Absolutely loved it. Right, guys, that's all the comments coming in. So I'm going to wish you a very good day. If you're going to Pittodrie today, wrap up, stay safe, have a safe journey, and I'll see you tomorrow with Andrew Budge for a full analytical review of the show. Take good care, stand free.